Welcome to the Mark Attwood Show, Adventures in a Cosmic Suit. Today I'm joined by Micheal Meloy in Cincinnati, Ohio. Hello, Micheal.
Hello, Mark. How are you?
Not bad. I think that's the right term for today. It's been an interesting day, but like everything at the moment, it's all ups and downs and roller coasters and roundabouts, and we're all holding on for dear life. And you sent me a really interesting email yesterday, which I emailed you straight back about because. Why don't you tell everybody what you discovered?
Oh well, I was looking. Well, I almost have to go through my whole story here.
Yeah, that's what it's called. Adventures in a Cosmic Suit. Let's go.
Right, yeah. Well, I woke up in February of 2016, and it's been a journey, as everybody has. It's been this ever since, and I've gone my own way. I've had influences, but I've not really had any teachers. So and 3 years ago, I discovered that I have these healing properties. I thought, well, I'll try this. My partner, she had pain going down her side. And she says, I've had this for such a long time and it's really bothering me again. And that's the first I had heard of it. We'd only been seeing each other for several months at that point. So I said, well, you know what? Let me try something. So I just took my hands and I just went down her side like this. And I did it for about 3 minutes or so. And I said, okay, how's that feel? She says, it's gone. I said, wow. Really? Okay. Then I started thinking, uh-oh, something's happening here, and I had never that inkling before.
And so this just came to you, right?
Yeah. Well, there were some thoughts, but really distant thoughts and really spaced out. It wasn't like, oh, I'm going to try this on somebody when I get a chance. It wasn't anything like that at all. I just thought, what if people could do that? But that it wasn't something that was always on my mind. So skip forward a year or two, and it never did come back. It never came back on her.
Micheal, what was the issue? Was it just a pain, and was it?
Yeah, it was like a chronic pain that was starting in her side by her ribs, and it would go down her leg. It was almost like a nerve type thing, I imagine. But she said it was more muscular. But I don't know. That doesn't matter. The fact is, it worked, and I thought, wow, I think I have something. And it's good. It's not like I caught something that I don't want.
It's not like syphilis, then, is it?
No, it's not like that, or it's not like actually what I've been fighting through all my life that I'm just now transmuting. But I'll get into that later. But no, okay. So a couple of years later, we're going out, and she had been having some issues with her like an abscess tooth. And she was taking, Advil and all this kind of stuff for it. And then we were out listening to, I'm a musician, so we were listening to friends of ours play. And she says, I think I got to go home. I said, what's the problem? She says, this tooth is just killing me. I'm about ready to pass out. I said, all right, we'll go. So let's try to find a 24-hour dental clinic, which is actually right across the street in my neighborhood from where I live. There's one there. And so we stopped there, and they were closed. So it must not have been that they were open 24 hours in a row.
24 hours in a week.
Right. That's an old Stephen, what's his name, line. I don't claim that one. But anyway, so we come back, and I said, let me get you some ice or something. And I said, wait a minute. Before we do anything else, let me see what I can do. So I put my hand on her jaw for another 2 or 3 minutes. I imagined pulling the pain out of her gum. And it worked. She lost the pain. In fact, she went and had the tooth fixed, but she never had that pain again before she went back.
Wow.
Same thing happened to a friend of ours. He came up, said hello. He's a neighbor in his house. And he said, oh man, he says, I'm dealing with this abscess tooth and my jaw's all swollen and all this, you know. And I said, sit down. Let me try something. And I did the same thing for him.
Wow.
The same thing. So I thought, man, I can cure people if they're paying from an abscess too. I can't cure the abscess, but I can take the pain out. And he called me the next morning and he said, not only is the pain gone, but all the swelling's gone. I thought, wow, okay. So I started looking into this, and I started, I kind of opened a practice here in my home, and I've only had maybe a half dozen clients come in. And during this past year, I haven't had any. Well, no, I had one, an old student of mine. I'm a drummer here in town, and I teach at a university, and he went to school there for a little while, and then came back, and he's very much in step with what I'm thinking these days, you know, and what a lot of people like you and I are. So, so we get along really well.
It always helps.
Okay, so, and you're breaking your audio is breaking up there a little bit too, and I'm not hearing what you're saying. Yeah, right there.
Yeah, I don't know why.
There, that's better.
Is that good? Okay.
Yeah. It almost sounds like, you know, the old film projectors.
Yeah.
Where they go, you know, when somebody would talk.
That might be the washing machine in the background.
Oh, maybe. Okay.
This is like 5 kids. The washing machine's never off. I'm very lucky.
Yeah.
I'm very lucky if it's off. Then it's on high spin, so it might be that.
Right. Yeah. So anyway, that's how this all started with this healing. So I've been going through, and you know, I'm an energy healer. In fact, my little business is called Healing Divinely, and you can reach me at healingdivinely@yahoo.com. You know, if you're looking for a healer, but there's lots of us out there now these days, and there's more and more people coming into this. More and more people are finding that they have this hidden ability that we all have, but it's surfacing at this point.
Yeah.
You know, and so are a lot of other things. Now, one thing that I haven't been able to do, and it's been so frustrating, is really get into a state of meditation. I mean, I've been trying since I woke up, and I've tried everything, you know, and now, and then in November, I came across this. And this has become my best friend. Well, what's on the other side of this is really my best friend, and it's everybody's best friend. Yeah. And that is your higher self.
I just bought a bullet one of those. I'm waiting for it to arrive. Yeah.
I actually have 2, and they're made by this. Well, they're designed by the same guy. I don't think he makes them, but they're designed by the same guy. This is supposed to have Mount Shasta, Pleiadian, Lemurian energy in it. This is more Egyptian. It's patterned after the god Thoth or Thoth. However you want to pronounce it. Yeah. But this thing is very responsive, and it's how I've found out a lot of things about me and about this condition that I have, and which doesn't sound like it's very much, but it's very debilitating, especially in the mornings. And what I have found out I have about 5 or 6 years ago was I went to the doctor because I thought I was having some issues with breathing and things like that, and it was all sinus related. And I've been all my life this one thing has been developed because of allergens in the air. And unbeknownst to me, this was aggravating my nasal passages. So you develop polyps. It's called nasal polyps. Now, that doesn't sound like much until you have this for many, many years, and it gets worse and worse and worse and worse as you get along. And just in these last half a decade, it's become worse enough for me to really notice. And it's embarrassing and debilitating at the same time.
Well, that can cause sleep apnea, which can kill you.
Yeah, that hasn't happened to me. I've usually been able to sleep.
Obviously not.
Yeah, not yet.
Either that,
I'm not dead yet.
Either that, or I'm a much better medium than I thought I was.
Right. But yeah, they're not bringing out my dead yet. So
good.
You wake up in the morning and you're feeling, hey, this might be a pretty good morning. And you wake up and you start walking around and everything starts draining into your lungs. And so you're trying to get rid of that most of the morning.
It's like drowning, isn't it?
It is. And you wonder, and it's, it's not gonna kill you, but there's times where you feel like, am I going to get my next breath? And is it going to be enough? And it always has been, obviously, up to this point. But it's, you know what? And this is a plug for the pyramid.
Yeah.
I got up this morning. This morning, and I had just received this yesterday. No capstone, no caduceus coil, just the pyramid, and me sitting in there for a while. And I had like 528 running on the iPhone, and through the speaker. I wasn't coughing this morning.
Yeah.
It's still there.
Yeah.
But it's speeding it up a little bit. And I'm thinking, this is great.
Well, what I've been doing recently is the water, putting it in the pyramid for half an hour.
Oh.
It's the best water in the world. I mean, it just gives the energy. But anybody watching this who doesn't know what we're talking about, there's a video on my channel called The Power of the Pyramids. Go and watch that because these pyramids are incredible. And I can't imagine life without it now. That's how much it's been. This is great to hear you saying that as well.
Well, I mean, I use 2 water pitchers to filter water. One mainly to get the fluoride out.
Yeah.
And the other one to alkalize the water.
Yeah.
I put both of those pitchers in the pyramid last night, just as an experiment, for an hour. And before I put them in, I took the
pH.
Toss,
yeah.
And I spun it over each water pitcher, and on that chart, if you look at the 6 o'clock position, I think it's 28K.
I'll pull the charts up.
Okay, yeah.
Because it's good for people to see this. And in fact, just go backwards a little bit and just tell me what the headline of your email was, and then you can go back into the story, just so people watching this know why we're.
Okay, the headline of the story was, well, let's see. I think it was something like vibrational energy on the Bovis energy chart, bioenergy chart. Yeah, there it is. Now, so before I put the pictures in the pyramid for an hour, they both read 28K, which is straight down where 6 o'clock would be.
Down here.
Yeah.
Andromedans.
Right. Which isn't bad, right? Andromedans.
Sounds good to me.
So an hour later, I put it in at 8 minutes after 10 p.m. last night. I took it out at 11:08 p.m. and it was 100 billion. And 100 billion is the top rating on this chart. It could have been even more than that. And I thought, wow. So I've got my vitamins in there, my supplements in there now. I sat in there for a little bit this morning. So yeah, this is going to be, and I don't have the caduceus coil yet, and I don't have the capstone, but I do.
Yeah.
I do. I've got all kinds of crystals around here. You're talking about getting crystals. I've been collecting them since 2016.
I'm never too far from a crystal.
Right. Me. Oh my God. If you could see my coffee table, it's just covered. I've got divine geometry all over the wall.
It's so nice to meet. I'm meeting quite a few men recently. Obviously, women seem to be into this far more, but now I'm meeting more men with crystals and geometry and pyramids and tuning forks, and it's
Oh yeah, tuning forks. Yeah.
great.
Here we go. You know, which one you want?
I can't live without them either now.
No, but you know what? I tried them in the pyramid. And this is another thing I can get into. But and it's aside from that. But you know, in talking to Charlie, you really shouldn't have anything metal in the pyramid.
That's right. Yeah.
So holding the now, I don't know about holding the tuning forks because I tried that yesterday. And I did start feeling a little bit. I thought, in fact, by the time they finished, I was a little lightheaded. So they couldn't, I guess, because they were producing the tonality of solfeggio. You know, it probably overtook the fact that, well, you know, we'll excuse you because you're metal, but it's really aluminum. These are aluminum cast.
Yeah.
But yeah, so, and I was talking to Lisa, who makes the capstones for him.
Yep.
And I was interested in one of them, and she says, well, you don't want that for a meditational pyramid because it has metal filings in it. She says, I can make the same thing for you, but it'll have the same coloring and everything. It just won't have the metal filings. I said, that's fine. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to this and getting to use this. Now, the other thing that doesn't happen for me besides meditating is feeling energy. But this is all changing. This is all changing. And I think this is why these nasal polyps were a choice for me coming into this lifetime. For me to learn how to heal that so I can be a better healer.
Yeah.
You know, and we all have that aha moment that's going to happen for you to move on to the next level.
Well, I've found most of the most powerful psychics, healers, and mediums have been through major trauma and illness before unlocked those things.
Now, this isn't major that I have, but I have been here since the Lemurians thousands and thousands and thousands of times. And a lot of what I'm clearing is Akashic. And I have found all this out from this guy. He's very smart. But anyway, yeah. So we, you know, a lot of us have done that, and a lot of us go through many, many, many things. But you know, all this stuff that's happening in this last year with, you know, and by the way, when you unscramble the word mask, what do you get?
Scam.
There you go. That's funny, and it's right in front of all of our noses, but we never really thought about looking into
everything's hidden in plain sight. That's their mantra, and that's why Q said symbolism will be their downfall, I believe. Because
you can only use it for so many thousands of years until it catches up with you.
The contract's over. That's why.
Yeah, right.
So going back to the percentage of people that be awake.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
How did that come about?
Using that chart and using the pendulum, I asked for my vibration, and because I do that every couple of days just to see how I'm doing, you know, because I'm not actually feeling what's going on energetically, unfortunately, but because this nasal polyp thing is blocking all of that. And I thought, wow, let's get rid of that, huh? So anyway, I used the thing, and it came up to 1 million at the top of the chart before I got this newer one. And I thought, geez, That's hard to understand, but that's the reason of that is that everything is healed. Everything, I don't have any karma any longer. I've gotten rid of that. I don't have, and I'm good to go. I got my ticket. It's all punched and everything. I just got to get on the plane.
You just need a vaccine passport to do it.
Well, I gotta have a certain guy help me up the steps. So without falling. Anyway, so I thought, well, wait a minute. Okay, I got mine, but let's see what happens if I ask for the human collective. Where is the human collective standing as far as their vibration right now?
Mm-hmm.
And it came out to 40%. And what I did was I took the numbers that are on the chart there, and I converted them to percentages. I said, let's just convert these numbers to percentages, and at the top it'd be 100.
Yeah, because this isn't this isn't to scale, is it? The numbers.
No, it's not
scale. So 50 billion on one side is the same as 1,000 on the other. So it's not like a linear progression, is it?
Right.
Yeah. So you worked it out at 40%.
40%.
And that was what date? What date was that?
Well, actually,
you started. You got a lower percentage first, didn't you? When you first.
Well, no, actually, I got the current percentage, the 40%. And I said, okay, well, what would it have been at the beginning of March?
Gotcha.
So we can see what the difference is. And at the beginning of March, it was 9%.
Okay.
9% of the human collective was awake.
Hang on, I just realized something. So that's gone from 9% to 40% in a matter of 3-4 weeks, right?
Let's say a month.
Well, that sounds like exactly the same. This is just a very long shot, but it's just hit me that's almost exactly the same percentage that XRP has gone up.
I'm sorry, Mark, you're breaking up again. I'm not able to understand you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you're back.
Yeah. That's exactly the same, almost exactly the same percentage. I'd have to go and do the maths. This would be interesting to do, but XRP's gone up by a similar percentage.
Oh, really?
I wonder if XRP is related to human consciousness. That's just top of my head. Don't quote me on this, guys. That's just popped into my head. I don't know where that came from.
We could be starting something new here.
Whoa. Yeah.
Crypto
trading.
Well, why not? Why not? If human consciousness can change the value of currency, that's not impossible.
That is interesting because that would there's a lot of people saying the quantum financial system's a load of bollocks, but maybe it isn't.
Oh no.
Maybe
I thoroughly feel that's there's a truth about me that is you cannot question. I mean, it's just here. I just know it.
Yeah, I understand.
When all this stuff came out, I said, well, that makes a whole lot of sense. Mm-hmm. That resonates, and it always has. It's never, ever had any doubt about that. I've never done that this whole year. And I have people around me that are questioning it and doubt it, and most people do.
What? Yeah. Okay, should we look into that? What was the date that you asked for when it was at 9%?
That was March 1st.
I want to pull up a price chart of XRP. This might go to nothing, but it's an adventure in a cosmic suit. So
sure,
I can do what I want.
Hey, you're just taking another spacewalk.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just going to change. Did it change the date on here? Keep talking while I'm trying to find it, because your story is fascinating.
Oh, that's amazing too.
I was going to say
it's just a little old me, right?
Well, I was going to say with this polyps thing, it's a good job you're not a saxophonist.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Because what it does is it clenches your lungs and your chest, and it actually and I've never really knowingly experienced an asthmatic's symptoms. But this feels like what it would be.
Yeah.
Now, it's not all day long. It's usually when I'm active, and I haven't used my inhaler, which I'm looking so much forward to throwing away.
Yeah, I bet.
Instead of pumping steroids in my lungs all the time. So.
Yeah, that's not good.
No, it's not good at all.
Okay, can you see the screen now?
Yeah.
So can you use it now? I could take ages to do this. So let's go back to March the 14th. How far does this go back? March the 12th, right?
Okay, let's see.
Or maybe if I put it on a year, let's go back to the actual date that you said. What date did you say? March
1st.
March the 1st. So on March the 1st, XRP was 34 cents. And when did you do the other measurement?
It would have been the 11th, April 11th.
So it's gone from what did I just say to 125? This is euros, but it doesn't matter because we're doing percentages. So
right.
Let's check that again. March the 1st was 34 from 34 to 125. So my rubbish maths, 34 to 125, 1.25 divided by 34. 0.34 equals times. I might have this completely wrong, but I make that 368%. That's close, isn't it?
Well, if you figure, you have 4.5 groupings of 9. 4 times 5, 9 times 5 is 45. 40 would be almost 45, right? So if you're going from 1 to 100, and you say, okay, well, I'm landing on 40%, which is 40, right? And you go to 100 from there, and you started at 9. So you say I have a starting point mark at 9%, and you're measuring 40 a month later.
Yeah. So what's 9%?
That's almost 500 or 500%.
Yeah. It is. We're doing this live, and I think I need to go and do some sums, but it's not a million miles away.
No.
And do you know what? I tell you what, this would be interesting. Let's try this over the next 2 weeks. Make a score on your chart of human consciousness. Let's keep a track on it.
Okay.
Write it down as accurately as you can.
Right.
For every day, and then we should catch up in 2 weeks and have a look at currency, XRP in particular, because XRP is the most interesting one in the world at the moment. That would be interesting. We might have discovered something. Might be nothing.
Yeah. Everybody was saying, "Who cares?
Who cares?" Well, it's interesting. Wouldn't that be interesting, though? Wouldn't it? Hey?
Yeah, it would be.
And the chart that you've got, the Bovis chart. You said it went up to you said it went up
it was
to
10. It was 10 million. The first one. The new one is 100 billion.
Yeah. But this is all relative, right? So
yeah, right.
So it started at 9%. It's now at 40%, and it's on a trajectory. And you think 60%. How do you get to the point where 60%? Where have you got that when revelations kick in?
Oh no. That was just what is the vibration of the human collective.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. So I mean, okay, so I did this all, I think it was Saturday when I sent you, when I measured and I sent you, maybe on Sunday, I sent that email to you. I know I woke up the next day and you had answered my email, so I can't remember which night that was.
Yeah.
Anyway, excuse me. What was your question again?
So when you initially asked what the scale of human consciousness was, it came back at 40% on Saturday or Sunday this weekend. Then you went and asked what was it on March the 1st, and it said 9%.
9%.
So, and then I said to you, well, that means we've had a 400%, approximate 400% growth in human consciousness. Then I went on down the cul-de-sac of XRP, seeing if that matches up. Now we're coming back to the original question. So the original question is the 9% that you got for 1st of March. What you're saying is that your higher self has said that we're currently at 40%. but 60% is the level at which revelations happens in your email.
In my email, I said
Yeah.
that. I don't remember saying 60%. This is live, isn't it?
Well, we're not live. We're recording
well,
live.
Yeah,
but
right. But we're not editing anything while we're talking.
No, we don't. I don't do editing because it's more fun.
I'm not hearing any loud beeps or anything.
It's a lot quicker as well. Right. So what you actually said was, I was just doing some dowsing of information on the Bovis Life Force bioenergy reading of the Human Collective. At the beginning of March 2021, the collective's awakened reading was 9%. The same reading today is 40%. Of course, if it keeps this pace, it won't be long until we reach 60%, which seems to be the desired number for acceptance.
Okay, yeah.
Revelation.
Right. Okay. That meaning that if we take it incrementally per month, that we would read, and I've heard that 60% is the tipping point as far as being able to expose all of these revelations. And they may not all come at one time, but they start trickling in a lot faster. And I've heard, and it is not a certain date, and it's a level of consciousness to keep the transition less chaotic, more
stable,
and more peaceful, so that more people will be able to help those who still don't get it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's what I meant by the 60%. Yes.
Where did you get that 60% from?
That's what I've heard from people like you. Not personally you, but I mean with their YouTube channels and things.
No, there's some good people out there with a lot of knowledge.
Oh yeah, definitely good people.
Wondering who it was.
And I feel like I'm a member of the JCK, Mel K, Mark Attwood, Charlie Ward show.
Well, you are now. You're on it.
How about this? This is something.
Yeah, it's great. That's great. So
I'm usually sitting around in my robe and pajamas.
Yeah, well, so am I. That's not true, actually.
Who knows what's beneath the shirt? But we won't know. We don't want to know that.
That's not true. I've done school runs today, business work, meetings, gardening. It's a busy. I can't do that in a dressing gown. So, could you explain, Michael? Could you explain the percentages to me?
Yeah, I didn't hear anything that you just said because of the film was jiggering again.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
There you go.
Could you explain the percentages to me? Does 60% mean like 60% of this chart, or does it mean
what I've heard about the 60%?
Yeah,
is that's I know where I've heard this. What's her name? The little Fielding.
Oh, Michelle Fielding.
Yeah, Michelle. Right. She said that she's been getting from her channels that 60% is going to be more or less the tipping point now. It was less. It was less, maybe a year or so, or two or 3 years ago. But now they're feeling, because it's taking so long for people to awaken, that we're going to need 60% of the population consciousness. And that doesn't necessarily mean personally for everybody.
Yeah.
Your consciousness could be along with the awakening, and you personally, your present consciousness may not be.
Yeah.
But the consciousness of the population, the humanity collective, she said, it's going to have to be about 60% before they can actually start coming out with the information that's going to do it.
Okay, so on the Bovis Life Force chart, where are we now as a collective?
Where are we now?
Yeah.
Well, let me check. I've got my little 4x6 piece of paper that surprised me when it came out of the printer today. I need a microscope to read it.
Yeah, I've got one. It's too small for my eyesight as well.
Okay, so what this does here, I don't know. Let me see if I can tilt the camera down.
Yeah, that'd be good.
And I don't know if I'm getting it here or here.
I'll just remove this from the screen.
Let me see here. Let me see if I, oh, there we go. All right. If I do this, that makes it a little bit closer. I've got a wide angle lens on here that I use when I teach. So, all right. So here's the chart. And what it's going to do is going to clear the energy of they all do this when we use these radial charts. It's going to clear the energy first, and then it's going to go straight back and forth, perpendicular to me, like it's doing right now, to clear it and show that it's balanced. All right, now, dear higher self, show us the level of awakeness for the human collective on this planet, please, for the greater good. Now it's going to start to spin to take itself to whatever number we're going to find out. And the outer numbers are all percentages. Here we go. This is reading, well, it's reading 28. Is that 28? Yeah, that's 28, which is the 6 o'clock point.
Okay.
So right now it's reading 28%.
That sounds quite low.
And your audio isn't all that great anymore.
Yeah.
There it
How's
is. Okay.
Yeah.
It always comes back after I say it's not very good.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
I wonder if that's coming. I don't know. I wonder if that's coming over like the recording.
In the recording. Well, we'll find out when it goes live.
Yeah, we will.
So 28%.
It's just doing it now again.
Yeah, it's weird. So on the screen here, is this thing that I've got on screen, does this match what you've got there?
That's exactly what I'm using. Yes.
Okay, so this 28K at the bottom, you saying, is that the percentage?
That's a percent. As I said, this is going to be a percentage. So, oh, you know what?
Because I read that as 28K, not 28%.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Let me do this. Let me do this on the other one because I didn't do it originally on this chart.
Okay, I'll remove this.
Let me get the one up, and this is on my phone. I don't have it printed out, and it's on my iPad, which would be bigger, but I'm using that for the communication here.
Okay.
Yeah, let me get to the other one. Where is this now? Excuse me. You can talk amongst yourselves while I find it. It's in my all my photos. So, and they're all charts, so it won't take that long.
I'll just do a jaw exercise while we're waiting for you.
Okay. Well, you got any dance moves?
Oh, you're missing all this.
Here we go.
You missed all that.
So, and I can't really show you this, but this is in K also. This is, now the only difference between this is the one that's at 6 o'clock on the scale is 18K here. It's not 28. And this only goes up to 1 million, but it actually came up to 9 on the first, and it was at what would be about 10 o'clock on the chart for 40. So that's where
So my question is, and excuse me if I'm this, I ask these questions for the viewers as much as myself. I read it as 28K going to 10 billion, but that's not a percentage, that's a number. Where does the percentage come from?
Okay, I'm going to stop you because I can't understand anything you're saying. So now you should work.
Okay, is it working now?
No, it's still not working.
Can you hear me now? Hear me now.
No.
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Hang on.
I can now.
You can hear me now. Right. So
yeah.
what I was saying is, I'm asking these questions for as much for the viewers as for me, but
right.
the 28, the one chart says 28, one says something else, but one goes up to 1 million, one goes up to 10 billion, right? So
right.
the number is not a percentage, is it?
No, it's not a percentage.
So how do we get to 28% then if it says 28K?
Well, you know what? Actually, that's a you know what? Maybe we should find a different chart.
Because I'm thinking, you know what these charts remind me of?
What?
You ever seen This Is Spinal Tap?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this is one louder.
It goes up to 11. Yeah.
It goes up to 11. It's one louder. I knew you'd have seen that film. You're a drummer.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You know what happens to drummers in that film?
Yeah, they all blow up.
They all blow up. Yeah, look what I've got.
Yeah,
Michael,
exactly.
Look at that.
Huh? Oh, wonderful. I can show you a tour of my house. It's not very big, but I got a whole room with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you can give me lessons.
Yeah, I can do that. All right, so here I've got. I wish you know what. Let's. I'm going to send you this. Let's. Oh yeah, okay. And we'll. Sorry, everybody. I'm really sorry about this. This was like, something I came up with. I just tried a day ago, and here we are doing this show about it. And I really.
Yeah, that's okay. We're on the fly.
Yeah. In more ways than one. Okay, so I just sent you this.
Okay.
It actually has numbers on it that are proportionate. In fact, this is the same chart that JC uses when she's dowsing. So what has letters? It has numbers all around the perimeter.
Yeah, she's really good at dowsing, and I think she's going to bring her own one out because I certainly need a bigger one. Dowsing charts.
Yeah, well, yeah. And this is the Woods dowsing chart.
Ah, right. Here we go. We're professionals. So.
All right. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Well, it's true.
That's fun.
I'm gonna ask the same question on my little iPhone screen and see what it says. All right. See where we are today.
Walt Woods. Here we go.
All right. It's balancing.
I'll zoom in on you.
Oh, here, let me put the camera back down.
Yeah, I'll get rid of me. I'll see you in a minute.
All right. Now, I don't know if they can get a nice level here with lighting, so it's not a glare. Anyway, you can kind of see where it is. Straight up and down is 0. And I will tell you that 0 is at the top, and 100 would just be past, there you go, the 3 position, where it says yes to the right. Okay, so now I'm asking the question. Where is the human collective consciousness for this day on this planet? Please. Isn't that interesting? It's at 40%. So if you look right around where it'd be like 7 minutes after 1. That's where 40 is.
Yeah, but that's not 40% though, is it? Because it's 40 degrees out of 360 as far as I can see.
Right. But we're transmuting that to percentages, and it would only go up to 100, which is just past the yes little sign. That was my intention.
Okay.
And this all works on intention. It's not what the chart is made for. It's what you're using it for.
Gotcha.
So as it is with anything.
So, well, I'm not an expert at these things or stats, but
nor am I.
But if we measure things exactly the same parameters,
right?
Yeah, and if you keep a log of that over the next 2 weeks, let's have a catch up in 2 weeks and see what the score is then.
Could you repeat that, please?
You're going to say that. Can you hear me?
If we use the same parameters and then I lost it.
Yeah, so so long as we use the same parameters and we're using the same measuring, the same chart. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
As long as we're using the same chart and it's you and it's the same, but it'd be an interesting experiment to see, to map it over the next couple of weeks and then hook up and then just see where it's at compared to where it was.
Yeah. In fact, that's what we should do.
Yeah, we'll do that.
And I'll do that every day. I should do it every day, like at the same time or something.
Yeah, and just send me an email and let me know how it's going along, and and if it's looking interesting. And then what I think would also be interesting I'm sure it's just a coincidence that XRP's gone up by a similar percent.
There are no coincidences.
Well, I know that, but I'm just I'm saying that. The reason I'm saying that is because there's people online going, this guy said this guy said that, and this.
Yeah.
And for anybody watching this is an adventure. We don't know anything. We're just sort of.
We've never done it. Well, we have done this before.
Well, yeah.
Just not here.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
I say these.
In no place in the universe that we've been has it been as difficult as it is this time.
No shit.
Yeah.
No shit, Sherlock.
Okay, now it's the film thing again. Now,
okay.
The laugh is clear.
So, laughter is set to high.
Yeah. Maybe I ought to see if we can take it up to 12.
Normal conversations at 0.
Yeah.
Listen, it's been a pleasure chatting to you, Michael. It is fascinating. It's fascinating.
It is really, when it's not official, it's not coming from the government, and it's not coming from some organization. It's just two guys talking,
Yeah, exactly. And there should be more of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, well, good. It's great to meet you. I'm going to shoot off.
Nice, great meeting you. It was a lot of fun. I appreciate it. I'm honored to be on your show. Well,
I'm honored to have you. It's a professional drummer.
Yeah, there we go. See where that's gotten me. I'll send you my resume. You can see some of the stuff I've done.
Oh, fantastic. Brilliant. Thanks a lot, Michael. You take it easy.
All right. Hey, Mark, thanks a lot. See you next time.
In a few weeks. Take care.
All right.
Bye, everybody.